biggest key tonight.
That's right. And mine is you got to limit your mistakes, okay? If you have a tip over, you got to try your hardest not to stall the bike. You really, you know, the guy who makes the least amount of mistakes is going to end up winning. And if you're a championship contender like Barcia, you just got to keep that thing on two wheels and do not stall it.
Jeff, is a gate that was available earlier not available now?
Yeah, this gate right here, Cole Seeley used that in the LCQ, but they've put a Honda Tough Block there on the rider's left to block that gate. Not sure why they did that, but certainly would be a hot line if you ask me.
Baggett and Barcia all right there next to it, though.
Then you see...
there's Roxon on the 70. Durham to his right.
Durham getting his goggles worked on, and I noticed that it was Nicoletti, the 715, way on the rider's right, way on the outside.
Morton's on the 956. There's Barcia, Baggett.
And remember, the 956 of Wharton, he has been so good on the starts this season, along with Barcia. But can last year's winner, number 12, Blake Baggett, use that heat race to springboard back into this championship and possibly get a win here?
Martin on the 30. The 57 is Canada. You see the 927 Larson. Roxon on that 70. And Durham and then Bogle over there on that 49. Issues for the 712. Starling getting all ready to go. Thompson on his 160. Getting themselves fired up and ready to go.
Got Tyler Bowers in there, Arena Cross champion, 74 on the Kawasaki, and right here on the outside, one of my least favorite starting gates here tonight.
You ain't
See
joking.
if he can do something with it. That 1110 mods, we know they've had some success off the start, so we'll see if they built some horsepower into this thing, but he's got a long way to go.
That's Nicoletti. Intensity coming up, a win at Daytona on the line. Supercross Lights East, gate drop time. Who's gonna get it? Wharton looking for the hole shot. Barcia getting all kinds of traction out of his Geico Honda. He rockets to the lead by that first corner there. Oh, then he has problems. He gets it rolling again, and Baggett's in second with Wharton right behind him.
Wharton, out of the third gate pick from the inside, actually gets to the first turn first, but he blew it a little wide. Barcia, so aggressive, was right there to take advantage of it. And now Baggett gets into second. Oh, that was close.
Barcia going for 4 in a row in 2012. The first 3 races on the East, all in domes. Nice dry conditions. Not the case here tonight.
Yeah, he's probably hoping he can get through this thing. If he gets through this one on the top of the box, man.
Notice Ricky, he was running the second line from the inside, because those insides starting to get so dug out. But now it's getting deep and it's getting heavy, right? And we heard earlier in the night, we heard Chad Reed talk about how much easier it is when it's raining, because the soil's loose. But now that that moisture's going away, it's getting really sloppy.
I think I saw Baggett go by our screen here with his goggles off on lap 1. I could be wrong.
Keep an eye out for that.
I'm wrong a lot, but I think. Look at that.
Nails the triple.
Mud.
Man,
wow.
the monster Yamaha Rhino cam giving us an incredible shot. It keeps up with this Geico Honda rider, Justin Barcia.
Jeff, did you hear him, Barcia, really revving it out on that double? What'd you think of that?
Hey, you got to rev it, Doug.
That's right. You got to rev it. Got to rev it real good.
That's a little inside joke that we'll tell you about later. But right here it's Baggett, 12.
Baggett,
it looks
and
like
then
he's got his
Wharton
goggles
right
on still.
Baggett, Wharton,
Coming behind him, Martin. And Broxton has now gotten around Martin and taken over fourth.
Martin's been good all day long. Oh, look at that. Roxon, both feet off the pegs. You can see that between that one section there that jumps, those guys are doing. It seems like if they don't get their front wheel all the way over, I mean, the thing just really sticks, and you know, they go right like over the handlebars.
Roxon is up to fourth, but Aaron, there was a lot of people earlier today talking at Track Walk that they thought this could be a racetrack where Ken Roxon could really shine.
That's right, you guys. This is one of those tracks that definitely suits his style. We saw him get a podium position of second last weekend. He was not happy with that. He wasn't feeling all that well, but he said he's back to 100% this weekend with a lot of additional support. His dad flew over from Germany with his niece and his little sister. His mom is already over here. He's feeling the love, and he definitely wants to put on a performance for them.
Well, Monster Energy Supercross moves back inside the dome next week in Indianapolis.
I got to say, Jeff, I thought we'd be seeing a little bit more out of Roczen. He looked good in practice, and I don't think he rode his best in the heat race earlier. He's got a lot of work ahead of him right now. I mean, what do you think? What's your views on him?
Yeah, well, it's just been the start here. I believe he made a mistake in his heat race. It cost him, and then every inch of the way here, you have to each step of the day, you have to do it properly, and when you get off pace. Now watch this right here. There's two big water holes right there. Wharton just got over one. Barsha gets over one. The second one buries. Now there's one more right at the end, and they jumped over that one too. That section, as the night goes on, is going to get even more difficult. But it's those two big water holes between jump 3, 4, and 5.
Don't forget, most of the time, the Supercross Lights competitors run their main in 15 laps tonight due to the conditions. The AMA has decided to shorten this main event to 12.
Which I think there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there really isn't. Especially in these conditions. It's extremely muddy, very tough on the bike.
Yeah, and it's tough for a couple different ways, like Ricky has been talking about all night long, about how you're on the clutch, you know, especially on these 250Fs, you have to keep the RPMs up, right? And so you're winding the bike out and you're kind of regulating your speed by the clutch. That takes a big toll on it. Then the second thing is, of course, these water holes. When you get down towards the end of pit lane, which the riders are coming up on that section here in just a second, those massive water holes, and I was looking at it from up here at the top. It's between, there's a water hole between the third and fourth one, but it's between 4 and 5 that there is where the bike is burying. And as the night goes on, if they get the front wheel down in there, get water into the airbox area, that's when you're going to have to start worrying about whether the bike makes it the full main event. Wharton getting squirrely.
Continuing to watch the battle for third here with Wharton just in front of Roczen.
3, 4, bam.
Okay, look at that. Okay, you see how those guys are going through there? Watch this. Okay, watch this. Barsha, he's going to go over the water. Over the water. That's how you do it right there.
And he like bunny hopped it, right? He really pulled up on it. Right. That was between 4 and 5 is the key one to get over.
That's right. That's no, the berm's getting blown out. There. Getting a little high in the rut there. What happens is when the turns get, we call it blowed out, they just keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed further outside, and basically it just breaks away. And when that happens is you're going through the corner just totally laid over, and you have nothing to lean against.
Roczen making the move here on Wharton. He saw a couple of slips trying to capitalize.
That inside line just definitely being the advantage.
Here he comes again. Roczen jumps past. He's got himself up to third.
Right now, Barsha just set a 129.
Yeah, he did, but let me tell you, Baggett caught him a second that lap before. He was 5 seconds behind. This time he's 4.6, so he's keeping him at bay.
Let's go back and take a look at a progressive pass of the race. This is going to be Roczen making the move to gain a spot.
Yeah, Wharton just made some mistakes, went single through there, and Roczen was patient. He was precise with his lines and kept his momentum by doubling through there.
I'm going to tell you that these KTMs, they have hydraulic clutch, okay? So they don't have an adjuster to constantly adjust it. We can see Barsha getting up over that berm where it's kind of getting pushed out. You see that rut's pushed out as well. But what I was talking about, the hydraulic clutch can be dangerous in the mud because a hydraulic clutch is constantly adjusting to it. So you don't know that you're actually frying the clutch out, burning it out. When you don't have a hydraulic clutch, your lever's constantly, you know, coming closer to the grip. And you can kind of just say, hey, I'm burning my clutch up. I need to use less clutch. Well, the hydraulic clutch can kind of get you in a bind because you don't know that you're burning it out. But this guy he's on a move, Ralph.
Aaron Baggett is definitely closing in. 4.6 seconds a gap between the two.
That's right. He has a hard charge with Baggett tonight, but all these mechanics have been working extremely hard today with all this mud preparation. Sean Irwin, Blake Baggett's mechanic, changed up a rear tire, the closest tire that you can have to a paddle tire for these conditions. But covers on everything from louvers to air filters. The one thing key is he's been working on starts all week long.
Well, Aaron, that 4.6-second gap, he shaved 3 seconds off. We've got a battle for the lead brewing here at Daytona. There goes Barcia in the yellow and black. And right behind him, here comes a former Daytona winner in Blake Baggett.
Well, and Barcia, we showed him earlier the replay of him doing that section, perfectly staying out of the water. He messes up, gets down in there.
Problems here. Look at this. This is Barcia's teammate, Bogle. Look at that bike just sunk in the mud, and he's just going to have to leave it there.
Yeah, he can't do anything there. He is sunk in the mud. Well, it's a done deal.
Yeah, and this is actually just before the finish line.
And is it Baggett that had problems? Baggett gets rolling.
Just as he made up all that time, and he crawled up on the back. Let's take a look at it and watch this berm right here. Just loses a little bit of front wheel traction, gets his weight to the inside, to the low side.
That was a weird wreck because, you know, it's almost like down the straightaway. It's almost like his front brake was dragging or something. I don't think that's possible, but anything can happen. But yeah, that definitely killed momentum. I was anxious to see how Barcia was going to react, you know, to this attack from Baggett.
Halfway through the main event here.
I'll tell you what, though, guys, Baggett is back on the bike, and he is flying the lead. Barcia's lead is now 8.7 seconds. It was down to 1.4, but I'm telling you, Baggett has got the line. Even with that fall, he has got more speed than our leader, Barcia.
There he is, right there already.
Comes, right here. There he goes.
Okay, let's see if he gets through this section like he did last time around, because he was absolutely flying.
Yeah, he is.
Really fast.
That is really good. I mean, you can see the momentum going forward. Really impressed by how Baggett, I mean, this is how Baggett was riding every single weekend last year. And it's cool to see him kind of back up par with where he was then.
And this is what we were looking for this year. This is what everybody expected to see out of him, but he really struggled those first 2 rounds in the East. He was sick, and none of us knew. And then it started to come around a week ago in St. Louis, and here he is now, running the best we've seen him all year.
You know, Jeff talks about it a lot. Sometimes it just takes small things to get these guys fired up. And I think this is what has fired up Baggett. I mean, he looks great.
Ken Roxon's running in third. There's another preseason favorite.
There's Rocky.
23 seconds off the lead. So you see him trying to battle through some of the lap riders, and right here that took him off of his line, where he was made so much time and made the pass on Blake Wharton, and I believe that was Durham not far behind him.
Here's Wharton right here.
Oh, whoa!
Got that rock star machine chugging along.
Coming off of his first podium of the year last week in St. Louis, and he's backing it up with a solid ride. He's in the 5th place.
Yeah, Durham got around the spot.
Durham quietly moving up the, standing up, balancing the bike, neutral position on the bike, letting it work underneath you.
I tell you what, though, some of these ruts have not got as deep as what I thought they were going to.
Jeff Gibson has had some problems tonight. Watch him.
This is when things don't go your way.
Whoa!
Bam. Hopefully he's okay. Look at this. Sideways.
Taking another look at, wow.
Notice he's down there. Almost landed in the soup there. And
he's back on the bike. I think the bike and his gear have seen better days. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, he just has to be in such a miserable mood right now. I mean, Ralph, you're loving it. Even though the guy is just totally, I mean, just the guy lately been playing in the mud, which he has, and he just...
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there's one group of unsung heroes on a night like tonight. Look at this problem here.
It looks like Martin.
Yeah, it does. It is Martin.
You know, and Martin's been riding really good all day.
He just stalled it, too. He was up and back down.
Battle for third.
Wow,
that's Durham and Roxon going
by
out.
Roxon.
Durham's on a mission right now.
He's riding great tonight.
Let's see his lap time. His last was a 130. I'm sorry, a 133.
Wow.
Now he comes by,
making it happen. Actually passing him and pulling a little gap.
Here's how he pulled this one off too. He closed up on him quick.
Yeah, he did. Nice ride.
Oh, see, Kenny makes a mistake right there on the rhythm, and Durham doesn't.
But Kenny's been going outside in that corner the whole time. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he's trying to save his clutch or what he's doing. But
that's for a podium here at Daytona. Well, you don't let those things get away easy.
Uh-oh, got the yellow flags from him. Wow. Going down, and Durham putting in a solid ride right here and doing it the hard way, coming from behind and doing it, getting blasted by all these guys in front of him, all the mud.
I'll tell you what, though, guys, I was just sitting here trying to put myself on the bike, be in the position here of Durham, and just remembering races that I had in these conditions. And I'm telling you, I really enjoyed riding in these conditions. Sometimes you don't enjoy your finish, but you know, now that, like me, I'm well past my career, you look back on them like, man, it was really cool that I had the opportunity to race a motorcycle on this stage like these guys are. It's you know, it may be a difficult night, but there's still some really great memories attached.
Did the wooden tires work really good in the mud?
They were way better. They were, hey, when we went from the square wheels to the round ones,
that made all the difference.
It was so much better.
Yeah. It's amazing how you round those corners off what that does.
I tell you, I'm impressed with this guy right here. I am really impressed with his ride. Doing good. He looks good on the bike. There's your
Back
leader.
to the front. You got to be impressed with this guy.
6 seconds.
Okay, so Ricky, can he win them all like you did?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely has the makings to do it. He's been very, very dominant all season long. This is the 4th race into the series. He's looking pretty good. I told Jeff earlier this week, if he can get through this weekend, I very well think.
Okay, Ricky, look, we've got almost basically 2 laps left. Last time around, Baggett was 3 seconds a lap faster than Barcia. The lead is 6 seconds. You get 2 laps, 3 seconds each lap. If they stay on this pace, this thing on the final lap could totally tighten up as Barcia tries to go undefeated.
Closes in 3 seconds in 1 lap. We got 2 laps left, and you can see these back markers here could play effect. You know, they want to take the best line, just like the guys on the lead lap do as well.
Baggett going for his second podium of the season.
Wow.
And he is closed up as he tries to get his first win of 2012 and maybe his second here at Daytona. Look at him charging through that section. Baggett is on a mission.
We got a race, guys.
He is
right here.
And the crowd senses it as well.
And when you're Barcia, the leader, you can feel that too. You know that he's closing on you. You hear the crowd behind you, and he is hanging on, trying to go undefeated up to this point. Baggett is on the move. 3 seconds, right at 3 seconds a lap faster last time around. Now it's going to be one thing to catch him. To pass him is going to be a whole different thing.
That's right. He's going to have to. Got to close back in a little bit more here. You can see. Ooh,
stays with it though.
Well, you got to manage. You got to manage those mistakes too. He can't afford another one like he did. He will not have the time to make it up. He's going to go inside here, and Barcia knows he's there now. And the crowd is on their feet here at Daytona. The battle for the Lights East win. Will Barcia stay undefeated in 2012, or will Baggett become a 2-time winner at the most famous circuit on the tour?
He's closing up. Now, he don't want to be too close when you get into this wet rhythm section coming up. That's where he can close up, and then the rest of the track is fairly dry when it comes to those water holes.
Final lap. Barcia talked about it earlier. How cool it would be to get a win at Daytona. Can he do that?
Oh, Baggett was really fast through there.
He was.
Here we go, half a lap to go.
You can hear Barsha, man. He's giving the bike everything he has right now,
And
just like Baggett.
Has the big carrot in front of him.
He triples into that rhythm section.
Here
makes
they
a mistake.
come. Mistake by Barsha. Baggett is there. The crowd into it here at Daytona.
Got one lapper in
Lappers
front of these guys.
Oh! Barsha with the scrub. And he slips a little bit.
What a save by Barsha.
What
That
will
was
Baggett do? Where will he make his move?
Barsha's clean. Oh, he gets a little sideways.
Baggett trying to get a little more throttle.
It's going to be up to this last triple right here. Baggett goes inside.
Final run to the checkers. Barsha with a big run. He's going to do it. He's going to win Daytona.
wow. Listen to he's revving that bike. What a win. What a save.
And
that was the save of the race for sure.
At the line, it was 2.5 seconds to gap between Barsha and Baggett, but look at the save.
This is what saved. This is the save of the race. Check him out. Totally sideways. Wow. You know, when Baggett seen him going, okay, right here, when Baggett sees this, he's like, I got the race win. That wasn't the case. Wow.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Justin Barsha has done it. He's 4 for 4, and now a